Zelda Speedruns. Today we have a match of the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament 2023. We are in Swiss round 4. Matchup is Chadbert versus jkoper. Tracking today will be JLo7 together with our commentator Mirai. Say hello.
Hello everyone, welcome to the final match here in week 4 of our Swiss round. We still got one more. This is going to be our closing match for this week between Chadbert and jkoper. Both of them having both of them 2-1, and what's interesting is their one loss was given to each of them by the same runner, Vix Rider, in an earlier week throughout Swiss here. So yeah, Vix is doing pretty good. He's given some people losses along the way that you wouldn't expect. He's a newer runner, but he's doing great. Not to turn this into the Vix Rider show, but we can get back to Chadbert and jkoper here. Chadbert, a newer runner to Z2R overall, but has been grinding out quite a bit. So his skill level has been leveling up quite frequently here. He's, again, gotten 2 wins. One of his wins came from Level Engine, another seasoned runner of Z2R, just last week. So, yeah, Chadbert's doing pretty good. jkoper, I think everybody knows who jkoper is. Again, seasoned veteran of not only Z2R, but many other randomizers. So I'm sure he'll perform well tonight. Or I say tonight, but it is just this afternoon for North America here. We are getting situated in the race room. We're checking hashes. We're comparing things. We're readying up. And we will be off somewhat shortly here. Actually, we are having a bit of a issue in the race room trying to find something on our computer here. I'm just rereading and recapping what's happening here to make sure that everything's all right. Yeah, not entirely sure. There hasn't been an update to the randomizer in a few weeks now, so but we're looking for the installed program on jkoper's side here so we can generate the seed and confirm the hash. I guess we just talk about the Swiss rounds here. Swiss rounds, 5 rounds of Swiss between 25 runners, 1 runner getting a bye each week. And just for seeding purposes going into brackets. So these runners not really too concerned about their records currently, because again, we're just simply going to move everybody into brackets. And from there, it's going to be best of 3s. We've got one more week of Swiss, as I had previously mentioned, and then from there, we do move into brackets. Every race is going to be a best of 3 until the grand finals, which is going to be a best of 5. I think that's the first time that, at least since I've been around in Z2R for the past 2 years, that we've done something like that. So it's going to be pretty interesting. There's going to be a lot of Z2R matches. So if you're new to watch, they can on their side, and we're picking up any bootleg restreams we can on the Z2R Discord. Just checking the race room again here to see what the update is. I think we have a generated seed. I see jkoper moving his SD card, I assume, over to his, I believe he uses an EverDrive here. We're going to see in a moment. jkoper does play on console. Chadbert is on a Mr. FPGA. For those who aren't familiar with that, that's a great device that replaces a whole bunch of consoles, but on the hardware level. It's a nice little device that fits in the palm of your hand, really. I am a Mr. FPGA owner, and I'm actually the one who convinced Chadbert to go down that route, and he's been happy with that purchase, and has been learning more Z2R on that. Again, jkoper on the console here. We're going to see his capture be a little rough as well. If anyone's wondering why his capture is going to look a lot different than what you normally see, it's simply because he's on a console with a just a regular output from the NES. Okay, we've got both of our runners readied up here. And I'm sure we will be off shortly. We can see the hash matches there at the top of the file select screen. One other thing for our Swiss rounds here is we do start runners with the candle, as you're seeing on the tracker there. We do have the candle lit up. We already know our runners are starting with that. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty much a blank slate start, no spells, no other items than the candle. And 6 gems to place. We're going to have to look all over the place for our palaces. Standard vanilla logic in that sense, to where we've got 3 palaces in the west, 3 in the east, 1 on Maze Island. All the points of interest that you would normally expect, cave-wise, town-wise, all on their respective continents. So these runners know what they're looking for. Chadbert's using a tracker, somewhat visible on his screen. jkoper, I don't think uses a tracker, but has recently talked about how he does need to devise a better way to track some things in the overworld, because some of the issues he's had from not tracking has caught up to him at times. So we're off, and we're walking out of North Palace into what looks like it could be a vanilla-like, but it also could be a river canyon. I would be very excited. Oh, no, that's not going to be a river canyon. That's going to be... Oh, that could be a caldera. We'll have to see. We'll have to see a little bit more of this here. Walking in the Pillar P Bag Cave here for Chadbert. Checking the back of Saria. Not for jkoper. He could walk around there. We're going to see what's in Mito. Life spell in Mito there. Chadbert taking a death. I missed the first palace on... jkoper's side there. He did go west right out of start. And then we got P4 there. We've got Raru here with whatever spell. We're just going to grab it. Oh, Chadbert with 2 deaths. Trying to take on this red Dyra and this orange Moblin paired up together. Probably just going to jump over that and go. He really wants it, though. We don't really know. You don't know how much these guys are worth. That orange Dyra could only be worth 30 experience, which would not really make it worth it early on. Raft in Pillar P Bag Cave. jkoper doing the old check the hint first before getting the spell. That's the move if you're just going to up and A out of the town. Looks like over a heart of damage for the orange moblins, although we just leveled up for life, so we're going to see how much these orange Dyras are worth. We also got the fire spell there in Raru. Going to be a little too expensive to cast right now. Chadbert taking a game over here in Pillar P Bag Cave. Got in the raft, though, so not a big deal. We do see the raft tile right there on our west as well. This is why I think it may be actually a north-south caldera, because we see some really quick and easy ways to get off of our continent. I think north of starting Palace there, north of North Palace, is going to be our actual caldera. jkoper grabbing the raft there, stepping in the Pillar P Bag Cave, just doing a little reset on encounters. We're going to see what is in Saria here. We got jump in Saria, okay. So that means we can grab jump out of Saria and take that over to Mito and get ourselves downstab within just a few minutes in the game here. Both of our runners are going to be probably pretty happy with that. We do see a north-facing cave just to the southeast of Saria. Wondering if that's going to be an item cave or a pass-through into the caldera. I would imagine any pass-throughs into the caldera are going to be closer to the mountain side of things up north. What you're seeing is map rando. I keep saying caldera. It is just one of our many biomes that we have for our continents here, as opposed to the standard vanilla map that most people may be used to. We do have map rando in the overworld. Keeps things fresh and interesting. The runners have to map it out in real time every single time that we fire up a fresh seed, unless of course we're playing with a vanilla biome. It is going to be an item cave there. That's going to be Magic Container Cave, is showing to us by Chadbert. Going to check grass tile first, get to Magic Container. jkoper going into Mito immediately to grab this downstab technique. I think we're going to... We got another cave down there in the south as well, facing east. All right, looks pretty timid. nice block there. Almost looked like he wasn't going to get the block on Marius on Chadbert's side. Speaking of Chadbert, the sprites we've got here, jkoper using his patented Trogdor sprite, and Chadbert using the Miria sprite. Miria is one of the default sprites that is offered in the randomizer. If you're running the program, just click on over to the miscellaneous tab where you can see all the list of sprites that are just built in. You can always use your custom sprite as well as jkoper does. Wow, that's a beefy, was that a red right there for 70? We found the Lost Woods entire counters for jkoper here. Probably doesn't care much about those. Flute in Magic Container Cave. Yeah, it is. It's the lowest rolls I believe we can get on both of our Dyras. It's going to be 70 for reds They might be able to go to 50, but I think it's 70, and 30 is for oranges, which are terrible. Looks like Jake... Okay, nope. We have found a trophy cave here. I believe that was the cave that was south of Magic Container Cave. A lot of item caves. West to find the raft on the hint there. Thank you. Second magic container in the overworld here, as we know it at least. jkoper found his 6-1 on the grass tile. I just want to make sure that we are in the location I thought we were on jkoper's side as he walks out of trophy cave here. Yeah, oh, okay. We might actually have an east-west caldera. There it is, yep. Okay, east-west caldera. Perfect. So this is going to be a pass-through cave, I assume, right here that jkoper is making his way toward. It is going to be either the back of Ferry or Parappa Cave there. I think he wants to look around a little bit more. He's seen other caves. He's got a grass tile over here that he's not seen yet. I didn't see where the medicine was, but I'm not sure we're going to be too concerned with it. It is the life spell, and both these runners are probably going to be passing it up. All right, P4 there, as we had seen on jkoper's side. Raru going to be fire for Chadbert. Still don't have a fire check, but again, we probably can't cast it. It's a little expensive at the early magic levels. It is 68, so now it's castable. We're going to get a check, possibly on jkoper's side. Is that shield, or is his sprite just really dark? I don't think it was life. Chadbert probably going to do the check as well. Yeah, it's hard to tell with how dark, again, the capture from jkoper's console is. The backgrounds, the backgrounds are very black, and his sprite is already very dark in general, and I don't know the shield color off the top of my head there. We did see a key in the drop pool, though, so that's really nice. All right, I wonder if we're going to get another check here on fire. Would have been nice to check if it were reflect. There was a red Dyra in Magic Container Cave there. We're going to see where our raft goes as well. Over to Death Mountain. Okay. Chadbert also doing the check, but I didn't get a chance to see that. It looks like it's probably going to... I mean, it's not Spell or Thunder, right? We would have seen some destruction if it were. It could be Reflect. I didn't see the palette change, though. Not shield, okay. So we're thinking it might be Reflect here. jkoper going to look around a little bit here in Death Mountain. Not a bad idea. I like to get a good view on what some of these caves are, because there can be some trolly Death Mountains where you land in Death Mountain and you think you've got a passageway, but in reality it's just dead ends and it's kind of segmented, so it is good to look around to make sure you've got some actual caves that connect somewhere. Yeah, so jkoper, we might just have a one-sided caldera here. I don't think we can get in from the east side that we start on, so I think we're going to have to go through this cave that jkoper's headed back to right now. And this is going to take us to the other side of our caldera. What I'd love to see is a boulder on the other side of this, forcing our runners into Death Mountain. We've seen some Death Mountains in this one already, so in these first few weeks of Swiss that have been really, really big trolls. It's unfortunate when there's super trolls, or when something is really obvious, but the runners do end up missing it. That always kind of sucks from the audience perspective. You want to see runners do well. But, yeah, so if they're forced into DM, I hope that they don't have too bad of a time. But I like to see an early DM myself. Looks like Attack 1 probably needs an upgrade on jkoper's side. That is a really, really rough reverse fairy cave right there. Chadbert is at Attack 2. We'll see if he tries to get Attack 3. Stuck in these Lost Woods encounter tiles. Again, like jkoper was. We're not going to need these today simply because Saria is completely accessible on both sides. We don't care about Bagu. I think we got another fire cast on jkoper's side, but nothing that we could see. So we're assuming it is Reflect at this point. Shield in Rudo. We don't have the trophy, though. And the thing is, we actually don't have a checkpoint over here to reset it. jkoper's down 2 lives. And both of our palaces outside of the caldera are on the other side of this continent. So he does not have a place to stop an up and A at. So hopefully there's not anything that's too trolly that's going to send him back to the other side. There's P2. Okay, so we've got P2 and P4 over on the east side of the caldera. And then whatever's in the center, looks like we're going to have Jump Cave blocking our way into the caldera here. There's Medicine Cave. Probably not going to want to jump into that. We also have no other towns over here, so the only healing we have is Rudo's Life Lady. But then again, what are we missing? We're missing Heart Container Cave and Medicine Cave. So that's pretty much it. But they could hold some really good progression items here. Oh, that is a game over for jkoper. Not happy about that. We can't see both face cams from the dashboard here on the runner streams themselves. Yeah, that is a game over. That hurts. We'll see if this attack 2 is any better on Chadbert's side. Wow, everything's pretty beefy. Chadbert did have 3 lives, I saw at one point, so he must have picked up a 1-up along the way. Gets another life level. 223 for Chadbert. 123 for jkoper. Gonna head back to DM here. Gonna skip the 2 caves that are over here on the west side of our western caldera. We'll have to see if Chadbert can uncover some other information there. If there's something big like the magic key or the glove here, possibly a progression item, maybe trophies. We do know medicine is on the west, so one of those 2 spots will have the medicine. It's going to be the life spell, but as I said before, I'm not really sure we're going to go back and turn that in. We may. If we find that Mito's not too far from start, we're not too far into the game at this point, so we may actually go back into Mito. It's not really out of the way. East to find the glove. Okay, so we won't have a glove on the west here. That's really good information, though. I don't think we saw jkoper come into this other than a life refill. So, yeah, out of any hint you could find, that's an incredible hint, because now glove being such a high priority item to essentially complete the game with, having that information, even if you have kind of a bad block on the east, because not all the item caves or item locations are free pickups like they are on the west. You can have a blocked item on the east, but at least you know that if you're blocked, that you will, it can be the glove. And of course, jkoper there casting fire and getting reflect confirmed that it is in fact, casting fire and getting fire confirmed that it is combined with reflect today. Not 100% sure if Chadbert has seen that just yet, although he's probably able to deduce what that is. There's a north-facing cave right there. That could be Hammer Cave. That could be a connector. I mean, I guess it has to be at this point, unless there's... Oh, boots required to get around on the east. The boots could be right here on Chadbert's side. There they are in Medicine Cave. That's going to be a required pickup here. And, wow. Now, the other thing is we have a River Canyon DM, so at the bottom of this, there could actually be a bridge, and that bridge could take us to Maze Island. So I think jkoper is going to go south and try to maybe reach Hammer Cave as well. For all we know, I guess Hammer Cave could have had the boots, but we did just see him there in Medicine Cave, and that's pretty big. Chadbert, again, last hint we've got is Medicine on the west, which is going to be simply Heart Container Cave, which I'm guessing, I think is just west of Chadbert's location. Yeah, oh, it is Boulder Block, though. Okay, I thought I saw something like that on jkoper's side, but now I can confirm that. Then again, that could be a cave connector that just requires the hammer. It could be further south, Heart Container Cave. We don't have the full picture just yet. We're about to find out, though. But we do see Spec Rock on jkoper's side. We need the hammer to break any boulders, though. Chadbert down to his final life here. Again, there's nowhere to up an A, and this attack, too, really rough. He's in a potentially bad encounter here. That orange moblin just flinging javelins. Or spears, however you want to look at those, with these birds coming from the sky. Alright, jkoper makes his way to the rock, but no hammer. Oh, a 1-up pickup here. Kind of nice to stay alive just to make sure that you've got the full clear of the west side here. Yep, looks like it. Looks like that's just going to be Heart Container Cave there behind the boulder block. I think we want this level. We're 3 away from the level up on attack 3. Chadbert probably feeling pretty good about that attack 3. Did we get attack 2? Yeah, we got attack 2 on jkoper's side here. 2 did not seem that much better than 1, so... Now, we do have jump, but we don't necessarily have to make this check on Chadbert's side. He is going to try to go in here, though. It is somewhat helpful if you can... Well, okay, he's out now. I was going to say, if you're going to make that check, really what you're looking for is GP to ensure that you don't have to come all the way back to the west side of the caldera and then go into the caldera later until the very end, right? So if you knew that was GP, you knew you would not have to route that palace in until the very end. But we don't have an ID on that just yet. jkoper going to be heading back to almost down 1 life already before heading into this fairy cave, which is probably gonna catch him and cause him a death. That's a tough fight there. You've got Gorilla sitting in the back throwing boomerangs. Orange Diver that's very beefy and tanky up front. And it looks like still life 3, 1 heart. Wow, even, I don't know what, jeez. All right, he is going to make it. But he might take another death here. He might be back down to 1 life again. A lot of projectiles in this cave, yep. The candle's so nice to seeing these. You gotta consider that in brackets when we take the candle away, that you're gonna have caves like this that are gonna be probably pretty tough to get through at times. Seeing as this is the required dig to get to the boots. Wow, just less than 2 hearts for jkoper. Chadbert into Death Mountain here looking around. We'll see if Chadbert heads south first. I'm not sure which direction he'll go. We're gonna see if Chadbert heads south first. I'm not sure which direction he'll go. We're gonna get a life refill in Rudo here. Now, I don't remember the enemy set in Medicine Cave, but I don't think it killed Chadbert. Yeah, hopefully jkoper is able to make it through this time, though. Probably going to be taking it pretty slow, though. We don't have anything too trolly in terms of our generator enemy, just those bubbles coming from the floor. Yeah, easy to see. Oh, wow. Those boomerangs take off over a heart still. We got to get out of there, yep. All right, a Mew is the first enemy. Easy to take care of that. We might just be down stabbing and bouncing over. Oh, we're going to take care of him. Okay, nicely done. All right, jkoper is going to get his boots here. Yep. Now he knows. He's got a hand raised, kind of like a, probably can be translated to, damn it, I should not have gamed over to here earlier. So Chadbert with the boots, still taking the caves. I don't know if we have forgotten that we have the boots on Chadbert's side. Is that like, I haven't been paying close attention to him. But it seems like maybe he just wants to be back here to check for potential hammer cave. All right, jkoper about to come back and walk around. Yeah, he's just going to go straight east. We don't even know what's in the south just yet. We kind of saw Chadbert a little bit further south, but we didn't get a full picture down there. But we're definitely walking around in the east. We see a 3-eyed rock on jkoper's side there. Based on, yeah, see... Chadbert has completely forgotten he has the boots, seeing as he's walking back to this cave that just touched the water there. Anyway, that 3-eyed rock in the Swiss flag set could actually be nothing. It is a 50-50 whether those locations on the east appear. That's going to be our 3-eyed rock and the forest tile that would normally hide New Kasuto in the vanilla game. But in the Swiss flag set, what's underneath those oh, there. We got the check. So there it is. It's just a Wilson encounter. I forgot we had the flute all along. So there it is, showing that it is nothing important. Now, we might see the forest tile as well. It doesn't have to be on the east today. If it is, it could hold a town, a palace, or any other location on the east, including an item cave. We do see a palace and 2 towns open and available here. Here's Naburu. And was that an F I saw at the beginning of the town sign there? Is that going to be fairy for us? Not 100% sure. It was a quick check as I was watching Chadbert fight through this tough encounter. Yeah, this is a Death Mountain randomized encounter here. Yeah, so what we didn't want our runners to be trolled by DM. And jkoper had to dig around in here a little bit without the boots, realizing that he was boots blocked, going back to the west side of the caldera on the western continent, getting his boots, and then just simply putting them to use. Okay, it's Thunder. It's Thunder, not very. A required spell in this Swiss flag set. But Chadbert, unfortunately, kind of getting the reverse troll, so to speak, where he himself has forgotten that he has the boots, and he's not walking on the water, and he's taking all these caves, and he's spending a lot of time in this DM, unable to make it anywhere, but it's simply free at this point to just take the waterway in the middle. We do have a flag in the randomizer that allows us, what is it called exactly? It's all water walkable with boots, I believe is what it's called. And that is enabled for this flag set and all throughout this entire tournament. That's a game over for Chadbert. Wow. Okay, so anyway, all water walkable with boots is turned on. Most of the time it's turned on. It's a flag we tend to play with, enabled. And so all that water is completely walkable in this biome. And he's just simply not doing that. Here's Old Kasuto for jkoper. Free spell. We're just going to go in and real quick and grab it. It is going to be the spell. And Chadbert's still not using the water, so we still has not clicked entirely here. I mean, it happens. It happens to runners that they forget they have something, but boots are kind of a big thing here. And there's so much water that you think that would just kind of trigger on his side and think, oh wait, I have the boots. And sometimes when you're stuck like this, it really helps to just look at your tracker to just kind of recap with what you've got. Now, he's going to go north here, and he'll see the cave to the east, and hopefully he'll just walk out onto the water and be like, oh yeah, he had the boots. And because this is hurting Chadbert now. He was the first one to DM with the boots, but he's going to be the last one out of DM. And what's kind of becoming a meme at this point for Chadbert is that DMs are quite terrible for him. He tends to make a lot of mistakes in DM. And here we are again, unfortunately, this afternoon race, also making some mistakes here. So we got Fairy and New Kasuto. That was a nice pickup. We're going to have Palace Logic at this point. Randomizer wants us to have Magic Key, and there it is. Now he walks on water. He's got the hand movement on his camera, the shake of the head, thinking I had the boots the whole time. What the hell am I doing? So, yep, there it is. Okay, well, we're both on the east now. Got some caves here. We'll see if they... Nice 500 point P-bag pickup there. Yeah, we have the spell, and it's castable, so we're going to go see what is at the back here. What was in the basement? Do we have access to the basement, or is it going to be 7 containers today? That part I did miss. Desert Tile for Chadbert, Heart, and Spell Tower. Okay, so P-bag in the basement, Heart in the tower, and Desert Tile with another P-bag. So we've got the water tile right there. Again, we've got our glove in the east, and Chadbert knows this, but jkoper doesn't have that hint. But everything at this point is going to be free. It's going to be our 2 item caves and the water tile. So one of these 3 locations that remains on the east is going to be our glove. So not that big of a deal. Going in for upstab on Chadbert's side here. I think we saw a palace in the open. Maybe it was another town I had seen. All 4 of our towns are going to be accessible, so we're not going to have a hidden town today. We're just hoping to see 2 palaces in the overworld as well outside of Death Valley. That will indicate that even if we see a forest tile, it'll be nothing. Here's a palace. Is that a palace we already walked into before? Okay, 2 palaces right there in the overworld. Are either one of those GP? Because I missed the check on jkoper's side for both of those. Because if it's not GP that we've seen just yet, it's going to be... I guess it's going to be 1 in 3 chance that it's going to be either Death Valley, Caldera, or Maze Island. And another heart on the water tile. So one of our 2 caves on the east here has our glove in it. Again, this isn't really something you bother to skip, so it's very likely that jkoper is just looking for these locations right now. Here's Sunken on Chadbert's side. Chadbert seeming... jkoper went along the outer edge, found all the towns and palaces, and Chadbert kind of came to the middle. Oh, speaking of the other item cave, one of these runners is about to find the glove. But yeah, Chadbert kind of going to the inside there, seeing desert tile, water tile, Sunken, P-bag cave, and it'll be right after this red Lizalfo. Is that jkoper down to his final life here? I didn't see if there was going to be a Moa or something in here. There's our glove in Sunken. Okay. Not sure what's going to be in this Risen P-bag cave. No Moas in this one, so this is a pretty free cave with the candle on. I mean, maybe best case scenario is going to be magic key or something. It is the trophy for the shield spell. We didn't get a hint on that on jkoper's side either. I think we went in on Chadbert's side because that's where we got the hint for the glove, was in Rudo, so I assume he's also checked for where the trophy's at, and he'll also know it's the east. But that was a pretty quick... Like, between our two runners, we've got all the information we need, and they're really, I guess you could say, in go mode. Once jkoper finds that glove, I don't know if Fairy must be castable at Magic 2. We've got 96 magic on both of our runners' sides. We just need to find Nukasudo on Chadbert's side. This could be it right here, or it's going to be... Yep, okay. Both Fairy and Thunder and Reflect are completely free. Reba with a cross, okay. It's simply going to be get into palaces and go. Very, very soon. Very soon. Only 100 experience points for the blue Lizalfos there. There could be a big payout, but not today. Experience across the board seems pretty rough. I think jkoper's still on his final life, so hopefully he's not going to have any trouble here. He's only at life 3. Yeah, nothing too much of a troll in this cave. This is going to be his glove, though. I'm sure Chadbert's going to check the spell tower as well. That he's here. He's going to get himself another heart. Once jkoper finds the water tile, he will also get his 6th heart. Yeah, so even Chadbert getting pretty trolled in DM there, forgetting all about the boots for several minutes and two digs through DM. Both of our runners pretty much on par with each other. Just got to find Naburu on Chadbert's side to get himself the Thunder spell. Yeah, seeing that Reflect is Darunia. We've already got Reflect through the Fire spell today. We're just going to be grabbing Upstab, and we'll be done with that. Okay, so it looks like it's about 46 magic to cast Fairy at Magic 3. That does give us 2 casts of Fairy currently with our 6 containers of magic. As long as Chadbert heads north from here, he'll see the rest of the towns, the rest of the palaces, and he will be done with the east as well. Now he's going to head south. This is going to take him back to where we begin. jkoper on the water tile now. That's his 6th heart. And I think the desert tile is right nearby if he hasn't seen it already. That's going to be another P-bag. That'll get him life 4 if he wants it. He's very close to that life level at 440. We also have no way to the maze currently, so it's either another cave in DM. I mean, it's possible that there's a cave out here in the east that we have not yet found between either one of our runners. But it's also possible that DM holds the cave and the bridge. Again, I was talking about that earlier on, that DM, being a river canyon, could have a bridge all the way at the south side of it. And that simply could be maze access for us. We've already got our raft. That's the only real continent connector block that we would have. So other than that, we've got 2 caves and a bridge tile that'll take us around the rest of the world. one of these caves takes us to the east, and so we've got one other cave outstanding along with the bridge tile. So that's jkoper done with the east here. He's still just kind of double checking to make sure that there's not an easy to find cave here. That may again be maze access. He is going to let it ride to attack 4. Again, I think he might be on his final life. Chadbert jumping into this P3 or P6. Cannot tell from the outside here. We do know that Rebo rides with the cross, so if we see the item before we find the boss, we can identify the palace. Otherwise, we're looking for windows. jkoper could also be kind of combing over, just following the perimeter once again to see if there's another a possible bridge that he's missed in this island's east. Islands can be kind of a troll, just simply because you're walking around so much blue. You kind of lose. You don't really have a place to anchor yourself to points of interest for navigation and whatnot. Here is our item room in this palace, so we're about to see what palace we are in. Assuming Chadbert does not take the death there. And we're in P3. Okay, there's our cross. So this should be pretty easy. 4-2-4 for Chadbert here. Oh, he's going to say no. He's going to say no. Oh, he's doing a little grinding here at the beginning. And jkoper's in with him. Yeah, I think it's down and right here just simply takes us to the item room. jkoper also has the hint that Rebo rides with the cross. He's been in New Casino. I think he's trying to get this attack level, though, first before you up an A's. Oh, this is kind of a bad room for jkoper with the glove. Hopefully he doesn't stab through. That's not a friendly enemy set by any means. Yeah, he needs 2 experience, and he's got it. 4-3-3 for jkoper, going to up an A. And there's the block break on on Chadbert's side. Oh, we're going all the way back to North Palace for jkoper here. Okay. Again, we've got Palace 4 down here where he's about to be headed down. Fire. Well, Fire might still be a little expensive at Magic 3, and Fairy being 46. I don't know if this is the best combination right here, but we'll see. Maybe Karak not that deep in. We do have keys in the drop pool. He's got at least 1 key in his pocket from what we've seen. I don't know how abundant they are in the drop pool, but we'll have to watch when he opens his menu to see if he's got numerous keys just kind of stocked up in his inventory. And that's going to be Rebo down for Chadbert. Going to be first to place a gem at about 33 minutes in to the seed here. 100-point P-bags dropping from bosses. That's not too exciting. There's a key on the floor anyway. Yeah, so you see the key on the floor at the end of the room. That means there's not going to be a jar on the statue there. That room ultimately has 3 configurations. Door on the left-hand side, key, and that Thundercast, unfortunately. I believe this room actually has a jar, a 50-50 jar hidden in the blocks down below. Just based on that enemy configuration in the room. These are the little things that if you're really trying to push the limits of resource usage, these are the little things that helps to kind of learn and memorize over the course of playing. They usually don't come into that big. It's not usually that big of a deal that you have to remember those things. Okay, so it was 6. Okay, so it's 3 and 6 in the outside here. That's a really nice, like, turquoise, like, dark. This is a great blue. I'm very mesmerized by this color. I have to see what this looks like on jkoper's side. Yeah, we've had some pretty low attack level effectiveness early on. We've had some bad experience gains early on. Hasn't really been a slog, though. Because of that, the reset points have been pretty kind. Any game overs we took in the beginning were generally close to start. jkoper took a game over in Medicine Cave, or he took a game over on the side of our Western Caldera that had Medicine Cave, which had our required boots in it. Did a little bit of digging in Death Mountain at that point, and found the east, which was completely boots blocked. Just you came out of the cave and it was immediately water on an island's east. So he knew that he either needed to find Hammer Cave or go back to the west side of the Caldera west, and he did that. He got his boots, and he was off to the east first. Chadbert got his boots as well. Could have been first to the east, I think, but ended up forgetting he had the boots in Death Mountain for a little while, and so he was just walking throughout all the caves instead of just walking down the river canyon in DM. So both the runners, though, essentially caught up to each other here. jkoper, unfortunately, in a dead end here. And this is the item room for Chadbert. No, I'm sorry. No, it's not. No, it's not. I lied. It's Hammer Cave entrance in reverse. It's tricky. There's a fine line between the item room and Hammer Cave in reverse there. I still struggle to identify that myself. We do have an elevator up here, though. And I don't think we saw the item in 6 just yet, so it's still possible that we have something interesting in here. I guess interesting at this point would be more magic, more containers of either variety, or the magic key. We don't have a hint for the magic key or anything like that. We did have a glove hint for the east. Both of our runners obviously having that on their tracker now. They just uncovered that in Sunken Peabag Cave. Free and easy. Here's our item cave item room in 6. Okay, magic container it is. Speaking of magic containers, there's a bunch on the bridge, magic jars on the bridge that jkoper's on. Gets his attack 5. Wow. I'm sure he's going to be trying to power level to attack 6. Thunder, not enough to kill. Wow, that's a lot of... Ooh, that is a ton of damage from those blue Iron Knuckle beams that just shoot right through jkoper's life at life 3. I want to say that was like over 3 bars. I think he was already injured, so I probably saw that incorrectly, but it was essentially a 2-shot. Oh no, that's a lot of damage. That's like 2.5 bars. Oh my god. All right, so life effectiveness could be a little bit better. Chadbert taking a death there. Ooh, that's another death for jkoper's. It is a game over. Okay, so he's going to head back in. I don't know how much more he had in that path. He might gamble on the left at that 4-way. He's got to make his way back there, though. The double Moa crumble bridge room here for Chadbert. He's got a fairy cast. He can get through with fairy if he gets trolled here. He's going to be able to make it, though. Here's our 4-way for jkoper. Nope, not going to gamble left. Oh, he might. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, he has seen neither the item nor the boss, so any location... Oh, here's the item room immediately in 4. We don't know what Karak is holding for us today. We're about to find out, though. Again, container or magic key would be swell. There's another container of the opposite for jkoper, compared to what we just picked up at 6 for Chadbert. I mean, given life 3, I think jkoper is probably pretty happy to see that right now. Yeah, these so this is the concern when you jump into these palaces. 3, 4, and 6 are going to be part of the same palace pool, and you're going to see doom knockers in here throughout all of those particular palaces. And not only do the blue Iron Knuckles hurt very bad, but you've got these very annoying doom knockers to deal with at times. And yeah, so that's why 3, 4, and 6 can be a little trolly if you're kind of under-leveled or if effectiveness is kind of low in the early game. Chadbert, okay, he makes it. He wants the bag, only $50. And here's our dragon in 6. And this is where jkoper was before. I don't know how far he was in before he game overed, but this is going to be the path to Karak as well. Oh, we do have a branch here. I don't know which direction jkoper took to begin with. Wow, over 2 hearts of damage for a mace from a Doom Knocker. Okay, we're gonna go down and left here. Gets hit from the ceiling. The cannonball move from the blue Stathos. Unfortunately, dead end here for jkoper. We're working on this Barba fight here. Attack 4. Ooh, that was pretty close. jkoper thinking about the levels here. Wants the magic level, maybe trying to bring fairy down a little bit. Or even fire for reflect on Karak. And there it is, dragon down. Second gem going to be placed before jkoper places any on his side, although he's got to be pretty close to Karak. Going to be just over 41 minutes into the game here. Now, we don't know what's in the caldera, right? We don't have a read on GP. What else are we missing? We're missing 1, 5, and GP. So between Death Valley on the east, which Chadbert might be checking now, the Caldera on the west, and our missing Maze Island, between those 3 locations, we've got 1, 5, and GP. Yep, we're walking out of 6, and we're going to go into Death Valley, I assume, here. I think Death Valley is down south. Oh, we didn't have a castable spell on Chadbert's side when he was here the first time. Interesting. Yeah, that's my mistake. If I said that earlier, that was my mistake. We saw jkoper just simply pass through here in one go. Oh, we didn't have the spell yet. That makes a lot of sense. Can't cast the spell if you don't have the spell. Just gonna be a heart here, though. Well, I say just. He's at life 6 now, as opposed to jkoper's life 3 still. I'm sorry, life 4, correction. That was where jkoper game over. It was right there. So Karak, we'll see how close he was to Karak before any game over here. This might just be the next room. Yeah, okay, it's not just yet. But this is, oh, generator is going to be a little trolly in here. Yep, you know they're coming. Just simply manipulate the way that they spawn. Looks like I'm gonna say Karak is at the top of this elevator in this room for jkoper. Oh, it's the community variant. Trolled. There's no elevator in here. You just can't tell from the left-hand side. There's Karak. Okay, well, it didn't matter, elevator or not. There's Karak. He was 3 rooms away when he game over the first time, but he came back in, checked left at the 4-way, got the heart, so he's got a little bit of extra health here. I don't know if that was such a bad thing. We'll see. We'll see if that's comes into play later at any point. Is this our weird entry into Death Valley here? It's looking like it. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll take that. jkoper wanting to get above that 1390 so he can get attack 6. These bubbles can be worth up to 100 experience, but as low as 30, I believe. Oh, there's 70. Still needs another 11. All right, so we're about to see... Well, I guess we got to make it through 3 encounters here on Chadbert's side. Fairy's still 44. Wait, I think we knew that at Magic 4. Yeah, that it was 44. I don't think we've gotten another magic level since then. So jkoper headed out of Karak's room. Oh, he needs to take a death because he doesn't have any keys left. He's got to be able to cast Fairy. I guess he got hit by the bubble so much that it drained so much of his... so many times that it drained enough of his magic to where he had to take that death. So luckily he's not on his final life here. All right, and first gem on the board for jkoper, just shy of 45 minutes into the seed. Yeah, in order to get the life spell, though, we're going to need the hammer. Because it is, Heart Container Cave has our medicine in it. And it is hammer blocked. It is boulder blocked today. And it is P5 here in the caldera. Oof, this could be rough. I don't know how good this... attack 4 is feeling on Chadbert's side. No life spell, no shield. Could potentially be a 2-shot at life 6. Possibly a 3-shot at best. And we slipped off the edge there. So this could really hurt Chadbert. He's off to the lead here in terms of gems placed, but if he ends up game overing to Guma or something else like that along the lines here, and this P5 maybe takes him a long time, where jkoper's got attack 6 already, he'll be cruising through here no matter what. Well, yeah, I think it's going to be a while before jkoper comes back here. He's also going to be able to do 3 and 6 before he even heads into Death Valley, right? So he's going to be very beefy by the time he gets into this P5. Now, this could have been P1, right? This could have been a really, really easy P1, essentially a free gem, a free level to get here. Not so much. P5, going to be a little bit of work. But this is a race, right? I mean, he's got the option to leave. That's entirely... I mean, to be fair, this isn't that far, right? You've got the raft tile that's very close to North Palace that takes you to DM, which you just freely walk over to the cave to go back to the east. So if you really wanted to route in 5 last, you could do that. It's a little bit of a time loss at this point from Chadbert's side, seeing as he's already finished the rest of the east and has no reason to come back here, whereas jkoper has to do everything left on the east. So, but yeah, I mean, if you really, you would have had to have made that call earlier, though. I think if you're going to commit to P5 right here, right now, that any time you spend in here and then leave, that's all just going to cost you in this race. Speaking of P2, though, we've got a very quick helmet head. And that is going to be jkoper all caught up in terms of gems, although 2 different gems. Oh, I think we want attack 7. Is he going to take it? He's just like, oh, forget it. I'm just going to place this gem. He might just burn it. It's another choice. If you're really trying to power level, that's the problem. We talk about this numerous times, that if you're doing the power leveling strats and you really don't have enough of a palace to get enough experience, right? He needs to get above 1390 or something like that, like we just saw in the previous palace, to get attack 7. And so there's really not enough experience between start and the boss room. So either you up an A and redo it and take a different path and try to get some experience in a different path and then walk it back to the boss room, or you can just burn the gem. You can burn that gem and just try to get above 1390 in the next palace. I don't know if that's worth it, though. Or on top of that, you just place the gem and go. And you just take that level. And that's what he's done now. He's just going to take that level. It's not really that much of a difference, though, because now he just, well... No, it is. It is a difference. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, he's going to have to get above 1390 and then whatever Magic 5 is. So Magic 5 could be like 14-something. Or it could be 17-something. And again, if he doesn't have enough experience, if he really wants that attack 7 and the big power leveling payout beyond there, he's going to have to keep hoping that some of these palaces have a lot of experience before the boss, because the bosses are only dropping 100-point P-bags themselves. And speaking of bosses, here we are in Guma, and a nice hot pink, or I guess it's not hot pink, but it is a pink palace, aka Pepto Palace. I mean, attack 4 doesn't seem like it's doing too bad here. What is it, 3 swings per bar? Although if we whiff, we are in trouble. We are going to get a chance to see what is in the caldera here on jkoper's side. He's going through Jump Cave. Oh my god. I didn't do it. That was not a commentary curse. We were silent. I was just completely silent on the side. That's all Chadbert right there. But that really sucks, because he was very close to getting that. So it is a 3-shot for him. Yeah, 3-shot right there. But it really... Okay. Yeah, when you don't land any damage on the boss, you take 2 hits. It's like, okay, maybe we should just start this over. But it doesn't seem too deep into the palace. Like, he hasn't been here that long. So, because the first time through, he did find a dead end, and then he picked a different path, right? So it's possible that the game over, if he takes one, won't be that detrimental to the overall time. But again, if jkoper comes in here and just routes it kind of normally, he's going to see this Guma and just tear through it easily. So, yeah. And he's about to head to the east right now. He might check south in this in this DM, because he now knows. Well, he doesn't know. Wait, yes, he does know. He does know that 1 and 5 are going to be between Maze and the Death Valley volcano. There's our bridge in the south. Now, that is a game over in P5. Chadbert spent that time in there, unable to close the deal on Guma up an A's back to the west. That is going to hurt his overall time there. All that time in there. He knows the path back, but really it's not that big of a deal, it seems. So if jkoper just kind of routes that palace correctly, he's going to find Guma just as fast as Chadbert did, and he's going to be able to get in and out of there very quickly. And Chadbert still has to find this Maze Island down here at the south side of Death Mountain. Yeah, we are immediately into P1 here. It must have been right at the landing point. I didn't even see Maze Island. It happened that fast. And here's our horse head. Okay. Now, here we go again, right? jkoper's not going to have the experience to get attack 7. So I'm assuming he's just committed to attack 6 at this point. It looks like it's working pretty well for him. Attack 6 seems to be doing pretty well. So I think he might just be happy with attack 6. Just place the gems and go at this point. And there's our dead end on Chadbert's side here in 4. And we're going back to the east on jkoper's side. He knows where the palaces are at. They're just north and a little bit east of his position. And Death Valley is not too far off from there either. This island's east is free with the boots. We're just going to be encounterless all the way there. Yeah, Chadbert could, if he went left at that 4-way, he would get an extra heart. That would help him on the Guma fight moving forward. He does have the trophy, so he could go turn that in. Or it could be, maybe I think Chadbert's got the trophy. One of our 2 runners has the trophy. Oh, it's not Chadbert because he doesn't have it tracked. I do not remember where this Karok was. I thought it was down and right, and I think he went down. Oh, it is down and right, but I think you have to take the junction coming up here. Yep, here's the junction on Chadbert's side. Actually, no, both of runners do have the trophy because they were in Risen P-Bag Cave. Risen P-Bag Cave was our trophy today, I believe. Because it is tracked for the east. All right, here's our dead end on Chadbert's side. We did see, this is essentially what jkoper did in here as well. We did see this dead end on his side. All right, jkoper up in A's. We do know this Gray Palace is P3. I'm still waiting to see the blue color of P6 on jkoper's screen. Yeah, so I think Chadbert's got to come all the way up and go right here, and then several more rooms, and it's just going to be straight to Karok. Although there's another death there. Down to his final life. Again, he's got to cast Reflect. Probably pretty cheap. Oh, there it is. Reflect is actually over 30. It looks like 34 to cast Reflect. So he's going to need at least 34 and enough to cast Fairy. So we've got, there we go. We've got some red jars in the drop pool there. He's got 2 keys in his pocket. He does Thunder. He's going to get the attack level and he's going to get the refill. All right, jkoper going back, reaching the item room again there in 3. Kind of a little puzzled, like where exactly do I go here? I guess it's left of start at some point. This was Chadbert's first palace, so I do not recall where our bosses were in here. Oh, okay, yep, this was the way, because that's where we called Chadbert, catching the edge of the platform. And speaking of the death there, Chadbert taking the game over in P4. This is really going to set him back here. The extra time that was spent in 5, unsuccessfully placing the gem, and the game over here. We did see jkoper take a game over in 4 earlier on as well, but this is 2 up and A's now. Well, I guess jkoper did spend a little bit of time. He did go up and right. I wonder if Chadbert's going to go up and right. Maybe he's already been up and right. Okay, he's going to go left for the item here. And that is a quick rebo on jkoper's side. And he's going to be off to 6, which is right nearby. Now, the dragon was a little deep in here. We did see the item room first on Chadbert's side. It is a magic container. Not sure if we'll find the item before the dragon on jkoper's side. Even if he does, he might not even grab it. Oh, I see. There was another junction there in 4 before we see the actual junction. Yeah, it's simply just go down and right and just hold right to get the Karak. But Karak's a little deep in today. Oh no, this is the dead end. Huh. All right, let's pay attention to if this junction's actually one we have to take down. All right, so left to start in 4, down and right at the first junction, down and right at the second junction, and then just hold right to get the Karak. All right, here's our reverse hammer cave room that I mistook for the item room in 6 earlier. Yeah, so this is left from start. I assume it was just a dead end right from start, so I think we had to go left from start here. In 6. Yeah, that was pretty much a required cast there from Chadbert's side. He could have cast Reflect to try to fight the Doom Knocker, but there's always potential to take some damage, and he didn't want to take the death there. Might as well just burn the Thundercast and go. Another Doom Knocker here, though. Kind of trolly. Can't even body him. Yep, that was a lot of damage. jkoper with the kill on the tin suit, the block on the Wi-Fi signal, and the stab onto both of the heads there. It's a very nice move. I was afraid jkoper was just going to hold left on the floor there and get sucked in by the lava. He knows better, though. Lava has sort of a vacuum effect to it in this game. If you get close to it, it just grabs you and pulls you in. And I think our dragon's coming up somewhat soon here in 6. I guess not. We haven't seen the item room just yet on Koper's side. Looks like this 6 was pretty deep as well. We do make it to Karak on Chadbert's side. And there's going to be a 3rd gem placed on Chadbert's side. We're at about the hour mark into the seed here. jkoper's got 4, about to have 5, gems, assuming he does not game over here. He's not that far away from Barba's room. And yes, Zelda 2 is mimicking lava in real life. Lava does have a vacuum effect as well. You just kind of get sucked into it. And here's our dragon. I guess we didn't see the item room on jkoper's side. Or if we did, we skipped it. This attack 6 probably going to be a good bit better than attack 4, although several swings unable to take off one bar there. Now Chadbert going to be headed... Okay, so he's not headed to 2. Okay, maybe he is headed to 2. Maybe he's just remembered that the other palace is actually north of his position. Because we know 2 to be pretty quick, and this is gonna... Oh, no, we're going back to 5, I think. Or we might be going south. Oh, that's going to be a death for jkoper. I didn't see whether that was fire damage or lava bath. Oh, must have been lava bath, because he got the kill anyway. Alright, so 5 gems down for jkoper. 61 minutes and some change into this one. He's just got to do 5. We're both going to be in 5 at the same time, but this is going to be jkoper's last gem. And he's got to read on where GP is at. He knows where Maze Island is and has already been there and done with that. Oh, Chadbert has not been to Risen. Okay, Risen is going to be his trophy. So it was jkoper who stumbled upon this trophy earlier. Trophy is going to be our shield spell today. West side of the caldera, though. We could always pick it up right before GP. All right, looks like Fairy is... Oh, is it 32 still, or is it a little bit cheaper than that? All right, looks a little bit cheaper than 32, like 28 or something. Oh, wait, are we back? Did we go back to the west on Chadbert's side? Is this P2? Yeah, this is P2, because P5 is obviously pink. Okay, well we're getting into P5 on jkoper's side and P2 dig for Chadbert. It's gonna be a quick P2 dig. I didn't see jkoper's route in here, but he found Helmet Head very quickly, and if you just routed right from start, it seems like Chadbert's gonna be on the exact same path, and I doubt is going to hang out in here and look for the item. We might actually see a shield pick up there, our windows, so yeah, this is P2. I mean, we knew from the pillar already, but for any further confirmation. Yeah, P1 is very short, but Chadbert doesn't have a read on where Maze Island is currently at. All right, Helmet Head down here. So while he is just 1 gem behind, there is a little bit of a gap there, other than just place a gem and go. Chadbert's got to probably head. Chadbert doesn't know that GP is in the caldera, so from his perspective, if he goes to the maze, he is going to be gambling. I think we're going to Rudo at the very least on Chadbert's side to turn in trophy for shield, and we might get a check to see if that's P1 in the caldera there as well, which it won't be, so he'll have to up and A out of there. jkoper already has that information. Chadbert will be up and A out of there and simply looking for the maze at that point. He knows he still has a cave and a bridge tile. One of those two, or both, are going to lead him to Maze Island today. We know we saw jkoper find the bridge, and it was a very quick find for very quick entry into P1 from wherever the bridge spit us out of the maze. Again, I didn't even see it. I saw he found the bridge, looked away at Chadbert. all of a sudden we were in P1 on jkoper's side, so... Yeah, we see all of our runners picking up these keys. There was a key in P2 there that we could have saved right before GP. And some of these keys that jkoper's finding, you could potentially save these as well for the dig right before GP. There is a key door room in GP that is unferriable. If that happens to be in the pool today, we won't know till we'll see it. And even then, it has to be on the path to Thunderbird. It may not even be on the path to Thunderbird, so... And Chadbert is going to go. Not 100% sure what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't remember that that last cave is boulder blocked. Not having the hammer, he's not going to be able to get into our container cave that it will have a medicine in it today. jkoper cutting through this Barba, but can't take another hit here. And there it is. Did I say Barba? I meant Guma if I said Barba. Sorry. So there's our Guma down in P5. Final gem for jkoper, and he will be headed into the Caldera right behind Chadbert, but Chadbert unable to get into GP without having placed all 6 gems. Yeah, we'll see if jkoper goes to turn in this trophy for the shield spell. He did pick it up. Again, I don't think he runs a tracker. He definitely doesn't run a tracker on his stream, but I don't know if he's picked one up and maybe is tracking some items, whether it's a piece of paper, whether it's the actual trackers that are available for Z2R. I don't know. He may have forgotten he picked up the trophy. He may be completely ignoring it. I believe he walked right by Rudo last time on the check in the Caldera, so we'll see if he picks it up this time. It's possible he forgot then and remembers now, or maybe he'll just keep cruising again. But if he does go in the GP, he's got good levels. Life 8 is nice, especially if you're not going to grab shield or life. There's the bridge for Chadbert, and there's our P1. Okay, so I don't have faith in this GP to be too much of a troll. So jkoper's got a huge advantage here, and Chadbert has a lot of catching up to do. P1 is very short. Then we got to go all the way back to the east again, which is raft tile to DM to an easy to access cave that takes us to the east, and then we got to walk all the way to Death Valley, which is not right next to where we enter in to the east. And then we got to go through two screen cave encounter, 3 fairy feedable lava spike tiles in Death Valley, and then back into P5 and the Guma fight. And so there's quite a bit there. That's another, I'd say, I don't know, 10 minutes at this point. So jkoper's got quite a lead here. jkoper going to be walking in right around 69 minutes, though. Maybe he just stands outside for a moment, waits to the 69-minute mark. Nope. That barrier is coming up at exactly 69. All right, we'll take it. We do have a left and a right at start. Yeah, I guess I didn't consider that. You could just leave Maze Island, go right back to Death Mountain, and walk right up to the top. Probably faster to take the raft, though. There's the animation. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter too much. All right, so we're looking for Thunderbird. If we could find Thunderbird deeper than 2 rooms into the palace, I will be excited. $667 for Chadbert. He'll be placing the gem probably for that life 8. I think he's going to be 668, just like jkoper is. Two of these back-to-back pit rooms here. One of them was free. One of them's got an enemy in it. They're both pretty free, though. No birds in them. Oh, dead end headed right. Okay, so we'll see if Chadbert feels behind when he first walks in. He could save a little bit of time here in GP, assuming jkoper's not finished by the time he does get in here. We'll see if he walks left at start at that point, because we know he can save just a little bit of time avoiding those three or four rooms off to the right. Hard upstab block there. Both of our runners having upstab, though. And a dead end. Hard upstab block required. Okay. Chadbert back into P5. Knows the route to Gooma. It's not, I don't think it's too difficult regardless, even if he forgot. I think jkoper's thinking about, I think he's going to try to cast Fairy. Okay, grab the jar, cast Fairy. Just fly over all this nonsense. Go back to this hard upstab block room. I mean, this is time that Chadbert could be saving in here, clearly, but, you know, you have to essentially God route it at that point. He would have to gamble that there's nothing right. He would have to gamble that there's nothing left downstairs. He would just have to see this hard upstab block and just take this immediately, save a little bit of time. All right, Chadbert wants the key. Okay. This blue bird might be a little bit of a troll here. Take a little bit of damage off jkoper. We're going to have shield on Chadbert's side when he comes through here. Yeah, the only thing I think that's going to slow down jkoper is that if there's just a bunch of damage in here that's hard to avoid, and he keeps getting caught by it. And, you know, that's still yet to be seen, other than that one room right there. All right, forced fairy room here. We do have two lefts behind us. Oh, that is a dead end. That's the L7 room in vanilla. So, got to turn back around. Is this palace going to be just hold left? And we're back into the Gooma fight here on Chadbert's side. Shielded up. Life 7 this time. Also attack 6, same as what jkoper was, what he had on this fight. So, you know, it's about 2 swings per bar. A nice little inside of the hitbox move there. Got a down stab block here for jkoper. Gooma down. Elevator down for jkoper as well. Is this going to be not Thunderbird? Not yet. Yeah, regardless of life 8, there's still a lot of constant damage in GP that if you, regardless of your life level, it's going to be exactly the same every single time. So something like those raw heads are always going to take off a heart off of you. The vertical dots that are also generators, they will take off a full heart from you if you're unshielded. The bubble's probably still taking off a full heart at life 8. Yeah, Chadbert with the Gembird there, so not going to be life 8. Another dead end for jkoper here. Wow. So, I mean, really the answer so far is hold left, or go left. There's a death, unfortunately. Go left, upstab block, and then just hold left from there. Wow. This is going to be another potential reset for jkoper here. He's going to walk it back. He's down at least 1 life. I don't think he's down 2. Yeah, my time estimate from earlier is a little bit off. Simply that it's going to be about 6 minutes difference between our runners here. A little over 6, though. I did say 10. All right, we're back through this standard upstab block here. I think jkoper knows that for that hard upstab block has a bad enemy set there, so he might just be walking this back at this point just to avoid that. And there it is, 65-26 from our side, so 6 minutes, 26 seconds on the ZSR timer. Yep, just hold left at the glove block elevator room. And we're going left immediately on Chadbert's side. He's just going to say no to the right. Well, the thing is, even if he goes left here, it's an immediate dead end, and Chadbert should be able to identify that. And so he won't check that room like jkoper did. Elevator down. Do we have a Thunderbird down here? Not yet. It is a waffle or emoji room. It's an emoji room. Easy enemy set here in the first one. That second waffle might not be as... second emoji might not be as kind. Alright, it's completely empty. It's about as kind as it gets. Chadbert's saving a little bit of time here. He doesn't know it. Thunderbird, still no showing yet. Double bridge room, okay. We're just going to ferry out of here. All right. Where shield is as well, so that beam only took off half a heart on Chadbert. All right, we got another junction here on jkoper's side. First to show us where these go. Thunderbird, perhaps? That is a ferry block going up and left. Oh, Chadbert's going to go down and right and see this very long... is this... Oh, this is actually a short dead end. This is just through the ferry block here for him. He's going to see the dead end after that. Ooh, this is one of these rooms where jkoper without shield. He's going to be able to get over him. We got another bird here, though. Oh, they're making friends. Down to a heart and more birds on a crumble bridge here. Okay, full house. Yeah, at that point it's just thunder and hope you survive, but he thundered a little too late, took the damage. Birds are still going to survive. He cannot. He's on his final life now. He cannot waste another thundercast. He needs that for Thunderbird. Even Fairy might be too much to cast here. Fairy's 30. Oh, he doesn't get it. He does not get it. He's not happy about that. So Chadbert has a chance to steal here. jkoper knows the way, though. If Chadbert goes left here on the bottom floor, he's in trouble. Because this is quite the dead end. Yeah, jkoper's going to be able to reclaim the lead if Chadbert stays on this route, that is. I mean, we might just up an A. I honestly think it's faster to up an A from seeing this dead end on Chadbert's side than to walk it back. Especially because he's got shield, and he just ferried through that hard upstab block before, right? He took minimal damage. Whereas jkoper's going to go up and left here again, and without shield, take a chunk of damage, possibly. There's that blue bird right up front and the red bird right behind it. Yeah, it will definitely be faster to up an A for Chadbert's side. I didn't realize how deep this dead end was. I think it might be the next room. As long as jkoper can avoid botting these birds. He gets through. Okay, just a little over 2 hearts of damage. There's a dead end for Chadbert. He is going to up an A. That is the faster route. Now we'll see if he tries to the right, though, right? He didn't go right before, so we'll see if he goes right. If he goes right, he's not going to be saving any time. Oh, it sits in the back of your mind. You're like, it's to the right. It's to the right, isn't it? And it's not. It's going to be a 3-room dead end. He's not saving any time over jkoper currently. Now, at this point, jkoper was already down in life last time he was through here, but this time he's got all of his lives in reserve. We'll see if he goes up and left, though, at the next junction. Otherwise, the just hold right at the next upside-down T is going to lead him to those very busy bird rooms. Nice 3-block break there on Chadbert's side. Can he capitalize? Yes, he can. that jump is still a little tricky. There's the dead end. Unfortunately, to the right, he's just going to up and A again. What decision is jkoper going to make here? Up and left or hold right? All right, we're going back to the right. If jkoper gets very trolled, he could be down 1 life going through these rooms here. I assume he's going to try to save Thunder for the next room, though. Just get that Thunder cast off on those birds immediately on the crumble bridge. He's letting him close in, lets him jump over. Okay. One more red one down here. Might have to body it. He doesn't. He slices through. Undamaged. Oh, we're not casting Thunder here. Do we not have enough? I think we have enough. I think it's 76. Oh, he just handles it anyway. We don't know what's on the other half here. Could be birds still. Yep, okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. All right, no Thunderbird yet. Waffle or emoji? Another emoji. This one's also very timid. Chadbert knows he's just got to hold left here, so he is going to be on the path. We'll see what happens, though. There's that junction. There's the up and left, and there's this. Okay, there's a bird in the middle here. Oh, jkoper not making the jump. He's unhappy about that jump for sure, although he's laughing about it, but it's just a little hole he had to thread himself into. Unable to get in there. The bird does take him out. He's down 1 life now. All right, he gets up there this time, takes another beam to the back. Should be scot-free all the way out. Yep. Thunderbird is just hold right through the busy bird rooms. Okay. And we've seen a chunk of rooms at this point, so it's possible that Darklink is 1 to 2 rooms behind this bird. Oh, where's this? Did I miss this bridge on jkoper's side? I thought the first bridge was silent, was quiet, and the second one had... Okay, I didn't even see the blue bird on that first bridge either time jkoper went through there. He just must have slid right by it. We'll have to watch to see how much... I don't think he got hit by a fireball just yet. Chadbert seeing the up and left. jkoper might not even get hit by a fireball here. That would be ideal. There it is, flawless. And Chadbert's on the right path here. What's behind Thunderbird here? Oh, it's not Darklink immediately, although this is a junction. Darklink could be down at the bottom of this elevator or to the right. There it is, Darklink, 1 room, 1 junction behind Thunderbird there, barring some humongous mistakes from jkoper. He is going to take this win here this afternoon. Chadbert is on the right path, though, so... And there it is, a GG for jkoper here. An official race time of, let's see, 1 hour, 23 minutes, 39 seconds as the bot is reporting there. See if we can get jkoper in for an interview. I think he'll be in shortly. As Chadbert walks into Thunderbird's room here. If Chadbert can seal the deal, he also will find Darklink just shortly after Thunderbird. All right, Chadbert taking some damage there and takes the death. We're going with shield reflect and thunder here. I can see the camera on jkoper's side. He is seemingly recapping something, it seems. And 1 or 2 more hits for Chadbert here. 1 and 2. Okay. And we'll likely be finishing about 2.5, 3 minutes behind jkoper here. Yeah, if jkoper had come back through here and taken the gamble up and left at the previous junction prior to Thunderbird, that would have spelled disaster at that point. Unless it was a very quick dead end and he could turn around, but at that point we'd have both of the runners right on top of each other, I think. Welcome in, jkoper. GG.
Thank you, Ryan.
How did this one feel? The beginning seemed a little rough there for both of you.
Yeah. Some tough combat caves given what we had, and the worst part was getting to the east and not having the boost. So.
Yeah. Also welcoming in Chadbert here. GG.
GG.
Oh, GG. Yeah, that was pretty close. What's that?
I know what I did wrong.
Yeah, what's that? Did you get reflect or something?
No, I game overed on Guma. I was 1 hit away.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That was the entirety of it for me. Although I may have taken a different path if I'd gone in without having that happen, so it probably would have still been close. Like, within a minute of one way or the other. But
Yeah.
That was my big loss.
What was my lead going into GP?
About 6.5 minutes, I believe it was.
Oh, okay. So I definitely did find more dead ends then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you.
I had that game over, so that was also very time consuming.
Yeah, because you both did see the same exact stuff. Going in the GP, you went right. You saw the 3-room dead end or whatever it was. Then you up and aid, or I believe you up and aid. Maybe you walked it back, but I think you up and aid.
I up and aid.
Okay, yeah, and then you came down and went left, and then saw the hard upstab block, went left again, saw the dead end, but did check it to the end to see the ferry back there, and then that cost maybe a little bit of time doing the check on the dead end, came back up through the hard upstab block, took a lot of damage on those birds on the way out, and then from there, there was a glove block elevator. It was just essentially an I junction with the 2 elevator rooms next to each other, so you came from the upper right. You went down and right, and that was another like 2-room dead end or something. Then you just held left on the bottom side. That was like a 6 or 7-room dead end. That was a pretty bad dead end. You walked that one back, came back to the glove block elevator, went left finally, as we knew was the only route left to go. And then you did game over on that. And when Chadbert came in, he went left immediately, saw the dead end, backed out of it, went up the hard upstab block, but at the glove block elevator did the same thing that you had done, went down and right, nothing over there, then held left on the way back, saw that long dead end, up and aid, then went right at start. So he essentially covered exactly what you had done, although just in a different order, and then no one gambled on the up and left that you had seen at the junction right before Thunderbird. So,
right. Yeah, we saw the at least 2 drop destinations, so those have to be somewhere. Maybe the L7 is left at that room up the top, and then the other drop is just past the Dark Link elevator, perhaps.
see, I don't know if that's entirely true. I think the randomizer, when it reconstructs palaces like this, I think that it can just use those landing rooms as, or the landing room dead ends, as just simply a dead end room and not actually connected to a real drop anywhere.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I hadn't really considered that, but it makes sense with how often we see drop rooms and how rarely we see drops.
Yeah, because you're right. You did see the vanilla drop. Well, I guess they were both vanilla today. Even the L7 was the vanilla configuration. But again, yeah, coming back to the early game there, you both, I mean, there wasn't the stuff to find right there just out of North Palace. All you did essentially the same thing there. jkoper, you did do a little dig in Death Mountain early on, and then, oh wait, yeah, you did a little dig in Death Mountain early on, and then you came back to the west. And then you would have been first to the west side of the caldera. Unfortunately, though, things were hitting hard and attack effectiveness seemed pretty low. You got out there with 1 life, saw Medicine Cave, and was like, "No, I'm gonna do a check, see if I can access Heart Container Cave right now," and took a game over there on that side of the west. And then you went back to DM to dig around and ultimately found the boots blocked east. Then you came all the way back to the west again. So that game over was obviously a little bit of a time loss. Chadbert did hit the west side of the west and was able to find the boots. I guess he found the boots just moments after you had shown us the boots locked east, so we knew that you had to go back at that point. But you did continue to dig around a little bit in Death Mountain, maybe trying to find a hammer cave or anything, even a maze connector or something like that.
Yeah, it was mainly the maze connector. I mean, Hammer Cave was an option, I guess, but I wasn't really confident given that I was on my last life, I think. And yeah, there's a good chance of a bad game over there in Death Mountain regardless. So, yeah. I already said finding that boots block without the boots didn't feel great at all. And a couple of early game overs that weren't super good. But, I don't know, pretty much once I actually beat a palace, everything from there was pretty okay, I think.
Yeah, Chadbert, you again first the boots, but when you went back to Death Mountain, it had seemed like you had forgotten you just picked up the boots because you were just walking around DM through the caves for several minutes, giving all that time back to jkoper at that point.
Yeah, I had forgotten about I had the boots, but I also hadn't seen the one cave up at the top. That was suspicious. So I was just like, I don't see anything other than maybe this one left over here or something like that, and I was like looking around everywhere.
Did Chadbert go to Maze Island then before the east? I'm guessing. No. Okay, still didn't make it there first. Interesting. Yeah. So I'm guessing you did not get the items off of Maze Island either then?
Nope. No idea what was there.
Yeah. I also don't know.
Yeah, the early part was just so rough that the life effectiveness was very low and attack was not very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And
doom knockers were everywhere in the palaces.
Yeah, they were, but once I got to the palaces with them, they weren't bad because they were going down in 3 hits with whatever attack I had and giving 200 experience. So I wasn't upset to see them too much.
Did you end up getting shield or anything?
No, I got the trophy, but I didn't turn it in. So
that was another bit of a time loss, as I desperately wanted it because I want to have at least one of shield or life.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's still, I don't know what palace is over here in the Caldera. So I went back to the west and picked up shield, and mainly so I could get through Guma this time. And then went to the palace and it was GP. I'm like, crap.
Yeah, I went back there first too.
Chance. I had 2/3 chance to be a decent play, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think it was actually 1 out of 2 at that point. Because I hadn't seen Maze Island.
Oh yeah, I hadn't seen Maze Island yet. And I spent a little extra time in the east looking for Maze Island. And then at some point decided that I should just go and beat 2 and 4 and then check Death Mountain for the bridge. And then the bridge was there. And then that was pretty much the last thing that I needed at that point, was just that bridge.
Yeah, I did 3 and 6 first, and then went to Death Valley because I was like, I'll just up and A out of the palace here, and ended up being 5. I'm like, well, this is the worst option. Attempted it, got down to 1 hit left on Kuma. 1 hit. Died.
Yeah.
It was a rough one, yeah.
Yeah. I debated going back and trying again, but I opted to up and A and get beat up at palaces and stuff first. So it was a big time loss on that one. Versus if I'd ignored it and just done other things, might have had a chance.
Yeah, perhaps, I don't know. I think I would have always put off any unknown palaces before at least 2 and 4, but you did 3 and 6 anyway. It's, same difference, I guess. I don't know what the levels were like going into Kuma.
I was 4 attack 4. That was the important one.
Yeah.
It's 4 something 5, I think is what it was. With no shield, no life, so it was definitely a risky one.
I definitely had attack 6. I got attack 6 at my first gem placed in P4, and then I didn't get another attack level the whole game.
Okay.
Yeah, the power level gem placements really weren't working out for you beyond that attack 6. You needed, like, the bosses were too close to really get any experience to push beyond. It is what that seemed like.
Yep.
Yeah, and I just felt like I had to take another magic level to make the fairy casting a little more manageable, and I don't know if I really had to or not, but it was probably the right choice anyway. And cost of fairy did not really go down until probably Magic 6, I'm guessing, when it went down to 20. I think it was like 48 before then. But there were a pretty good number of keys to be found in the palaces too, which certainly made this seed a lot more manageable.
Yeah, the one thing that could have potentially come into play here was that Chadbert going into Rudo early on did get a glove hint for the East, and so at that point we knew it was over there. It was just sitting in sunken P-Bag Cave completely open, but had it been, 7 containers or something to get into the basement, that could have potentially put thrown a wrench into the spokes of the overall exploration over there with Chadbert having the hint and you not having that hint. So, but otherwise, that was a completely free find. You both cleared the East entirely. It was only 6 to get into the basement. I think the only jkoper, you feel you wasted some time over there looking for Maze Island's cave or even a bridge, but Chadbert, the way that it was routed on the East is that jkoper, you went along the western coast, found all the towns and the 2 palaces there first, and then went to go find desert, water, and the caves and whatnot, whereas Chadbert kind of went into the middle of the islands, saw New Kasuto before having spells, so he did have to come back. He did come back for the spell tower at a later point in time, digging that, and Chadbert, you had also left Risen behind, and you knew that was the trophy at that point, so when you wanted shield, you had to go back to Risen, go get the trophy, and then go turn it in, and then come back to 5. So that was a little back and forth there, to where any time that jkoper feels he wasted there looking for a maze was just made up as a result.
Yeah, no, the game overing on Kuma cost me at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of all of that. I probably wouldn't get shield otherwise. So, but it is what it is.
Yeah, shield would have been decent to have. Maybe I wouldn't have game overed in GP if I had it, but then my last death was jumping in the lava in that bird room, I don't know. Either way, it is what it is. GG.
Yes, GG. Yeah, at least it was close. We were both hunting in GP at the same time.
Do we have another week of Swiss left, or is this it? I don't know what's going on here.
One more.
Yeah, one more week of Swiss, and we're supposed to have the round 5 pairings later tonight here in about 2.5 hours or so.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I have another short week of availability this week. Hope not as short as this week was. But yeah, just a very busy month. Yeah. Thank you, Mariah, as always, and it looks like we got JLo again, and thank you, Siberian, for the restream. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. jkoper moves into 1-3, 3-1. I'm sorry, 3-1. Chadbert 2-2, going into round 5 here. I don't know if you've any final thoughts, Chadbert, before Siberian takes us out.
Yeah, just thanking the crew as jkoper did, and looking forward to seeing who I have to try to beat in order to get to 3-2. So we'll see.
All right. GG's to both of you, and Siberian, all yours.
So again, GG to both of our runners. Make sure to give both of them a follow. Also give our tracker and commentators a follow. We had JLo7 today and Mirai. And next up here on ZSR, only one thing left for today. At 10 PM Eastern, we have a Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Tournament race. And yeah, nothing much more for me to say. Check our schedule for more Zelda content. And we're going to raid over to a Link to the Past Randomizer Cross Keys Tournament Grand Finals match on ZSR Main. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time here on ZSR.